Merry Christmas!
Can we just have some Daily Bopper love?
I've got one drunk snowman.
They're so cute.
We have partnered with our lovely friends at Minerva Crafts to bring you a comprehensive Christmas gift guide. So last year we did a couple of gift guide videos.
We did.
And people told us how useful it was to be able to just send the link to their partner and say, anything on there please. Yeah. So we thought we'd do the same again.
But we've gone one better because our friends at Minerva have sent us all of the items. So we're going to hold them up and show them to you and talk you through each one. No jealousy, we have to send it all back.
Yeah. So we're bringing you 3 separate videos. One for stocking fillers, they're all items under £15. In the next video we will be showing you mid-range gifts. Then in the final part, which is the very exciting one, we've got luxury items.
Yes.
So these are for the people you really love,
yes,
or the people that really love you.
It is Christmas after all, so treat yourself.
Now the reason we've partnered with Minerva is because we buy fabric from Minerva. I'm sure lots of you do too. But we've never really looked into all the other stuff that they sell on their website.
Yeah.
It's crazy, and none of this is fabric.
No, there's a lot of sewing related things, but there's also other crafts as well, because we thought as makers we always like to do something a little bit different, something a bit new. So getting kits where everything is included and you can try something new is really a good idea. So everything will be linked below, so you have links to every item underneath this video, but also we're going to put it all on the blog, so you'll have all 3 videos with all the links there as well. So
we're just thinking of the poor partners and friends and people out there that aren't sewing fans who would have to sit and watch us ramble on about sewing for ages. They might just prefer to have a list that they can go off and shop from. So we will put them all over there too. So the very first one, starting at the lowest price, is a press cloth. So this one is a Habico press cloth. It's £3.09, and it's for all of those tricky fabrics, the ones that don't like to be ironed, the ones that leave a shine on the fabric when you iron it, even if you
melt.
Or melt, yes. Often we find with fabrics, if you turn your iron down to make it suitable for the fabric, it doesn't give you enough of a press.
Yes.
So this allows you to press at a higher heat and to press those fussy fabrics. So it's really handy to have one. I have one that I keep just next to my ironing board, and it's really handy for any time something's not very happy. You can just grab this. So £3.09. That
bargain.
one.
So this next one is a set of Prim handmade labels, and I'll pop another picture up because it's easier to see. But these are really cute, and I think they're really nice if you're into bag making or accessories or anything like that, because they're actually solid. They feel like sort of plastic formed labels, and you would hand stitch them into your items. So I think it's really good. You do have some fabric ones at the bottom as well, so you can sew them into your clothes. So these are £3.49 at the moment on Minerva, and they're on sale. Their normal price is £7.99, and they do have a range of these. So if you're looking for different styles,
you've got some leather ones,
and they've got different colours and things like that. So go and have a look.
So next up, another great stocking filler is this little Fiskars sharpener. So we all have those times when you're soldering on with a pair of scissors that really could do with sharpening. Yeah. And these are great for little scissors, for snips, but you can actually do full-size scissors in them as well. And they're just, they have a little hole in the bottom so that you could put it on a key ring. A great way for you to be able to sharpen your little snips and your embroidery scissors and anything that's got a small blade, but like I say, it will also do the big ones too. Yeah. This will cost you £3.89 and is something that's useful for everyone who uses scissors.
I've got one, because I have lots of little pairs of scissors and lots of snips, and it really works well. It's really good. Next up is these, and I've got a set of these as well. Look at these. These are for those times when you're just going to burn your fingers on the iron and you're trying to do little fiddly seams, and it's just the amount of times that I've scalded my fingers with the iron. So these are perfect. You just pop them on your fingers and then you can basically iron on your fingers and it doesn't matter. But
we're not recommending ironing on your fingers.
Please don't do that. So £4.49, they're a bargain.
The next thing is something that is new to us, but we have put it on our Christmas list. Okay, so this is a new product from Prim. It is called Aqua aqua glue, and we're doing this as a set because this is the refill. So you get one that's already got the glue stick in and one that is a refill. Now it's a bit like Pritt Stick, except that it's a very small tube of glue, which means that you can get it into those fine areas. But the thing that we think is really cool about it is that it's yellow. And that means that when you put it on something, you'll be able to see it. So you know when you glue something, but you can't see exactly where the glue is, and it might be there and it might be there, and you don't know if you've got it all out. So it's very handy to have glue that you can see. But more importantly, the yellow fades, so you don't see it after a while. But also, it's washable. So it's just gluing it before you actually do something with it. So what it's great for is securing zips before you stitch them. You could just glue them in and then go ahead and stitch them. It doesn't gunk up your needle. It's been designed to be used for sewing.
Wonderful.
But also it'd be great if you wanted to embellish something with a bit of ribbon or trim or anything where you want to overlay one fabric on top of another. It'd be great for applique.
Could you use it on a hem? If you had a really tricky hem?
Yes, it would work on a hem. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, anything like that. So the glue stick itself is £3.89. The refill is £1.89. So combined £5.78. And we think that's an absolute bargain and is definitely on our list.
Right, next up is something that I've wanted, and I think this is going to go on my Christmas list. This is a double tracing wheel, and this is a clover one. You can use this, and it's really useful for anything like the bird style patterns where you've traced it off, but you need to add seam allowance all the way around. So it's very simple. You just use one of the wheels to go around the actual pattern, and the other one will give you your seam allowance all the way around, and it's fab. So we've got it out, and what we've done is you can see that we've turned the wheels around so that they're actually they're going the right way. They're just the other way around, just in the packaging, so that they're flat. And I'll take a picture rather than trying to get close up on here, but it's got centimeters and it's also got marks for inches. But basically we've set it at 0, so your first wheel will go at 0, and then you set the other one for whatever your seam allowance is, and it goes all the way up to 1 1/4 inch, which is 3 centimeters.
Is it possible to see the little holes
all
in
the
there?
little holes.
So you can see there that what you do is you just pop one out and then stick it, so that would be at 1 1/4 inch there if I was doing a hem allowance. And it's curved, so it's quite ergonomic to hold as well.
It feels nice. I love the fact that it goes all the way up, so it's brilliant. It just means you can have all the choices from 1/4 inch all the way up to 1 1/4 inch. So I think that's brilliant, and I want one.
Oh, 1 to 3 centimeters, depending on whether you work in metric or not.
Yes.
So they cost £7.99. And I just think it would be a really, really handy tool to have. So next up is one of our favourite tools from last year. We bought one of these last year and we have used it at least once a month ever since. So this is the turning set from Prim. Now what it comes with is 3 sizes of tubes and 3 sizes of what we call pokey pokers. That's the official term. And it's perfect for when you need to turn any kind of tube. So if you're making straps, if you're making bag handles, if you're making ruffles, ties, anything at all. But we can vouch for the tiny one, works brilliantly on the Ogden cami strap. So that's the kind of thickness that you're talking about.
You're talking about sort of spaghetti straps, that thin.
Yeah, it will also turn rouleau loops. So we've used all 3 sizes. In fact, we share a set, and it's technically Nikki's, and I have the middle size one at my house. And then I have to run over and say, can I borrow your little turner, please? So maybe we should just ask Minerva so we can keep this one, and then we'll have a set each. But we use them in class all the time, and we pretend that we're Paul Daniels doing magic tricks, because that is what it's like. You pull this big long thing out of the tube, and it happens so quickly that it just looks like magic.
Also, we have had many ladies literally sat in class with their phones out on Amazon going, right, what's it called? Dun, 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 dun. And it's one of those things that once you see it working, you go, why have I been trying to turn anything with anything else other than this?
Don't worry about safety pins, don't worry about trying to tie a stitch and then get the thread through the tube. None of those things.
This is what you need.
This is what you need. And that will cost you £7.99.
It's a bargain. It'll be the best £7.99 you ever spend. Next up is Prim ironing rulers, and these are new to us as well, but we think
going on
they're
my list.
Genius idea. So you hold the box up. So this is how they come in a little pack, and you get a pack of 2 of these rulers. And basically they're a piece of plastic which has got lots of measurements on it, and you can use it, and they're heat proof. So you can put it inside the hem of a skirt, or in like that, fold your hem up round, and then press it so that it's nice and flat and even. You get, you can also got measurements on this side for doing a shorter length, but then you also have this other handy one if you're just doing cuffs and things like that. So I think it's genius.
Yeah, it's a great idea. It is all metric, the measurements, but I mean, converting between inches and centimetres is really...
I think it looks great, and you've got these little instructions which show you exactly what to do, and I think it's fab. For $8.99, and we think they're brilliant.
Right, next. I'm very excited about this one. I get to pretend I'm a school teacher because I've got my meter rule. So I have a meter rule already, and I love it. It's so useful. There are lots of times when your quilting rulers or whatever else just aren't quite long enough. No. And also, if you need to measure fabric by the meter for whatever reason, then it's very useful for that. So this one, usually meter rules can be quite expensive.
No.
Whereas this one is $9.99, which, believe me, is a bargain.
Yeah,
because we've seen them for £30, £40. It comes with both inches and centimetres. It also has some very handy conversions written on this side for you. So it reminds you how to convert centimetres into inches and metres into yards and all that sort of thing. So that's quite handy. It has both metres and yards on here. So it does stop here for yards, and then it tells you all the quarter of a yard, 3/8 of a yard, half a yard. So if you work in Imperial, it's great for you too. But the thing that I love most about this, that I got really excited about, and I got a bit jealous because my meter rule doesn't have this, is these handy little holes that come at each end. Now you might think, what do we need a hole for, Rachel?
Is it for hanging it up?
It could be, yes, it would be very useful for hanging it up. But what I would use it for, I'd use it at this end, is for circle skirts or any kind of flounce or anything where you've got to draw a circle. Put your pencil or pen or something, an awl or something in the hole to hold it in place at your pivot point, and then you can just spin your ruler around whilst you're marking your circle. So that's brilliant. $9.99, bargain. And also, we can't help but think how funny this would be if it was wrapped up and sticking out the ends of your stocking. Please. It would just look hilarious.
Send us pictures on Christmas Day if you get a meter rule in your stocking. Next up is this Silverdashery Sylko Brooch. I'm just going to come in so that you can see. It's like the little head of an old-fashioned spool of thread, and it's been converted into a little brooch. And I think that the trend for brooches, especially in Sewists, is definitely not going anywhere. We all love them, and I think it just shows the world that you're a Sewist, and I think it's really sweet.
I think it's really classy, isn't it? It's really subtle, really classy, and the label has been varnished over, so it's not going to come off. And yeah, it's very, very sweet.
Very nice. I'm going to keep it on now. And that is £12.
The next up is something I'm very excited about because I've got a really old one of these and I've really struggled to find a replacement until now. So this is another item from Prim. This is a chalk marker set. So it's a cartridge set, but it comes with these really thin chalk cartridges in, and as you can see, it comes with a whole set of white. I think you get 8 white ones, but then you also get all these coloured ones as well.
That's amazing.
The great thing about it is it also comes with a sharpener. So what happens with these often is they get blunt, and what you need is a sharpener with a small enough hole that you can actually get them sharp again. And I use these all the time for all sorts of things, and the fact that it comes with every colour means you're going to find something to show up on your fabric. So I love that, and I cannot believe that you can get the cartridge, all of those refills, and the sharpener for the bargain price of $12.99.
Yeah, I definitely need one of them because I've not got one.
That's brilliant.
And you do struggle, I think, sometimes if you've just not got the right colour, it doesn't show up, and I always find that I've never got the right colour.
Yeah.
So I think I need one of them.
Yes, we're keeping that one. Sorry, Minerva.
So next up is this little fox kit. And he is a cute little toy. And Minerva have a huge range of little toys like this that you can sew up either on the machine or by hand. And they have owls, and they have squirrels, and they have badgers, and they have all kinds of lovely little ones, and they're $12.99. And I think this would be a great one to sew up as a gift, or if you've got an older child, you could maybe do it with them, either on the machine or by hand. The only thing it doesn't come with is stuffing, just because it would make it too bulky, but you can get stuffing at most places these days. And it has everything included. Everything is all pre-cut, into all the little individual pieces for you. So it's really easy to do.
Yeah, I could just imagine sewing that with my daughter Ella. She would love it, and I could help her with the fiddly bits, and she could do some of it herself, but she would love stuffing it and putting the eyes on and deciding its name and sewing up its tummy and all that sort of thing.
He's even got little whiskers. Look at his little whiskers. I like that one.
Next up is another one that you can do with the kids or for the kids. So this is a kids tapestry kit. So it comes with your tapestry aider, but it's all printed for you, which means you don't have to worry about following a pattern. You just need to make sure that the right colour thread goes on the right colour on the grid.
Oh, it's so cute.
And it comes with everything you need, the printed canvas, the cotton thread. DMC is a really great range of cotton thread. It comes with a tapestry needle and easy to follow instructions. So again, they've got these in a huge range. This is just one of the monster ones, and they've got a few monster ones, but they've also got cats and animals and all sorts of different things. And little symbols that say love or hearts and that sort of thing. But this is something that you could easily give to a child over the age of, say, 7, and they could do it by themselves, I think. So it's a nice one to put in a stocking, knowing that they'll actually get to use it on a rainy day or sometime in the future when they can't go out and play.
Yeah, not only that, I know you want to make it yourself.
Yeah, I want to make it and put it on a sweatshirt.
Next up is this Prim large loom, and you can see that it's a rectangular one, and they have lots on their website. They're in different shapes and sizes, and different sizes for different things. But this is the large one, which will mean you can create larger items as well. You can do all kinds of things like this. It's kind of like macrame, isn't it?
Yeah, the finished product looks like macrame, so you're not tying lots of knots, you're actually using the loom to effectively cheat, and you will still need to tie lots of knots, but you're letting the loom do a lot of the work for you. So we just think, the macrame plant hangers and wall hangings and that sort of thing are bang on trend at the moment, and this would be a really interesting way to give it a go in half the time. But you can also get, so for instance, another loom they do is a square one, which allows you to make like granny squares that you can then stitch together to make a blanket. So it's a really interesting way to get that kind of knitted look, but without all the work.
It would be good for an older child as well. So like a teen who was into doing things with their hands. Prim have lots and lots of different options of patterns and things that you can do on it. And I'll try and insert some pictures of things that are made
finished
with
products,
this, finished products, so you can get an idea, because it's difficult to see just from the box. But we think it's really good, it's really interesting.
Yes.
And have I said how much that one is? No, it is at the moment. It's on sale at Minerva, $12.99, but the normal price is $21.99.
Bargain.
Bargain.
Bargain. Right, next up is a tool that I didn't know you could still buy. So I'm just getting it out of the packet. You see this quite a lot in old Singer sewing machines. Sometimes they come with them. So this is a Clover buttonhole tool, and it's simply a little chisel. Which allows you to get really, really clean buttonholes. So the idea is you'd use it on a self-healing board or something like that. You'd sew your buttonhole, and then you would take your chisel and you'd press that into the buttonhole, rock it back and forth until it cuts through all of the threads. And the reason why a chisel is good is because when you're using a seam ripper or scissors, then you often get a lot of fraying. But with this, you're actually compacting the fibres whilst you're cutting it, so it just means that you get a much, much cleaner buttonhole.
Yes.
And that is $13.99. And we think is a really useful tool to have.
Next up, if you fancy doing a new craft this year, this one has been all over the shows, and I think it's really popular. And it's needle felting. And needle felting comes in a couple of different ways. You can either needle felt directly onto fabric, like sweaters and things like that, but you can also make little needle felted animals and things like that, and they're always really popular. I think, didn't we Sarah made some at the last,
the Handmade fair. Sarah made a little mouse.
Made a little mouse, and it was very cute. And this is what you need to make the this is the basic kit, and then all you need to do is add some fibres, and then you've got the startings of a little kit. And these at the moment are on sale with Minerva. They're $14.98.
That's for the set. The mat is $7.99, and the tool is $6.99.
And they're normally $17.99 and $16.99. So you're
£20 off.
You're saving quite a lot of money. So these are really good value, but they're really really robust, and this is the large mat. You can get much smaller ones if you're just aiming on doing smaller projects, but I think it's always worth buying the large one, because then you never know.
Still use it for small stuff.
Exactly, but then you've got the bigger one if you move up and do bigger projects as well.
So last up on our stocking fillers, we saved the best till last. This is the Maker's Journal from Merchant and Mills, and we love Merchant and Mills stuff. It looks such good quality, but you always tell yourself, oh, I can't afford that, not for a notebook. It's £15, so it's not that expensive.
No.
But it's really, really interesting, and I will show you why. So I'm just going to slide the little sleeve off of it, and then it's a little book that's in this case.
All right, okay.
So let me just slide it out of there.
Oh, lovely.
Now,
it's quite thick, yes.
where's the spine?
Oh, yes.
It's not a magic trick. Where's the spine? So here you go. It's embossed on the front, and it just says Merchant and Mills Maker's Journal. But what's interesting about it is it opens both ways.
Oh!
So you might think, why do I need a plain notebook that opens both ways? Well, what's interesting about it is this.
Oh! That's really cool.
When you are sketching something,
yes,
sketching one of your amazing designs, and you think, oh, I've run out of paper, or if you're sketching like your sewing plans or whatever else, that's fine. Just take a little bit more.
Yeah.
And even if you want to do a whole season's wardrobe, there you go.
It's good.
all on
It'd
there.
be good for referring back to what you'd previously written down as well, or drawn, because then you can just open it up and go, okay, that's what I was thinking then, and then you can move on.
Yeah.
I think that's really cool.
It's really interesting. I've not seen anything like this before, and more importantly, because it's Merchant Mills, it's super good quality. So it's lovely, lovely paper. It says 140 GSM paper, and there's 70 pages in there, and it's called their Concertina workbook. But I think as a maker's journal, especially if you're into sketching, I think that would be really lovely.
So that's it for video number 1. That's your stocking fillers taken care of. Tick that box. So head over and watch our next video, which is mid-range, and then we'll follow that up with luxury. There's always something to look forward to.
See you soon for more Christmas goodies.
Bye.
Bye.